They deferred, and Texas Tech has decided that they want to receive the ball here. And we are underway in Raleigh. Johnnie Mack picking it up for Texas Tech. It's a little bit of a seam, and the Red Raiders will start just short of the 30.
It's open, and right there he showed power and speed. And that's something that this NC State offense has been missing all year. Evidence lack of a running game in their first 3 ball games.
Ran for over 1,100 yards last year, only the 10th freshman in ACC history to be named all ACC. John Delaney with the kickoff. Johnnie Mack watches it sail out of the end zone as we take it back to B.J. Simmons. And the Wolfpack off to that 14-0 lead. John Delaney is in to kick it off, and this crowd has really gotten into this game on a warm afternoon. Mack lets it go. Got another touchback as the ball is still live. Finally, it trickles out of bounds. College football.
It's surprising. They're almost trying to force the run now. They got to let it loose. That's what they do.
Retreating backwards. He's getting it to Henderson, and Torian Henderson gets it up past the 30-yard line. That will be a first down.
And Simmons doesn't get rattled. He's a guy that's had success. He's had success early. He's thrown for well over 350 yards a game. And the whole Texas Tech team doesn't get distressed because they know that they have a high-powered offense and they can score points at will and fast.
Numbers for Simmons check that was not Henderson with the first down catch, but Johnnie Mack, the junior from Lakeland, Florida, his second catch of the season. Going up top, floating it. Glover, oh, what a catch! Nehemiah Glover over the shoulder for the first down.
Well, one of the differences between Simmons and Kingsbury, they will throw the ball downfield a little bit more with Simmons. He has a little bit better knack of getting that ball and laying it up. See that? He just tosses it up there nice and smooth. The receiver, all he has to do is bring it in. Now, I would like to see the receiver try to go ahead and keep his feet in bounds and take it down. He had room to work. He wasn't led far that outside. Glover's got to try to keep it and go.
Glover is a junior. He went over the 1,000-yard receiving mark for his career in the first game of the season against SMU. That's his second catch of the day. That was a 29-yard gainer. Simmons collapsing the pocket around him. Mario Williams. That's what they say.
Nobody knows where it is. And it is a running game because they do a lot of short passes, and they rely on guys making plays and turning into running backs after they catch the ball. They do a good job of it, too. Excellent job.
Balance has nothing to do with 50-50 pass rush, according to Coach Leach. It's ball distribution. Up the middle, there's Johnnie Mack getting a nice 7-yard gain as he goes up the middle of this NC State defense. In fact, he says he wants his feature, but Texas Tech played at a small private school in Oklahoma City. Tech took a chance on him. It's paid off. Flags coming down near the line of scrimmage as Johnnie Mack gets the football. Picks up 3, but looks like it's going to
come in stride.
Boy, did Tech need that one to keep this drive alive. 22 yards they needed. They got 45 on that play. Mack. Stopped by Freddie Autry-Lindsay as he gets the first down carry.
And this is where the offense gets a little bit tighter. Why? Because it's tough to spread the field because you have less time to throw the football. Less great point, Pam, about Manny Lawson. Led the country last year with 3 blocks or 4 blocks. He's blocked punts before. That's got to be a red flag. Look, where's 91? You point him out and you assign, usually if he's coming up the middle, if you can't handle him up front, you put the personal protector, which is the guy that stands right in front of the punter. He's assigned to the biggest threat. And obviously for NC State, it is Manny Lawson.
Special teams have been special. Manny Lawson with another block. And Texas Tech will take over from its own 20. Lead in Madison against North Carolina, the team that will come into Raleigh next week to open up ACC play against the Wolfpack. Let's see what Texas Tech can do. State scored on its first possession of the second half. Simmons trying to make something happen, and he does get positive yardage. So he is chased out of bounds on the far sideline, picks up about 6.
26-yard line.
It's a good job of Simmons of using his feet and finding positive yards. Manny Lawson was on a hunt for B.J. Simmons, but Johnnie Mack does a good job of coming back and protecting his quarterback knocking Manny Lawson off. But a good job of patience, a nice job by the offensive line. This is good protection. They run a little X game in there, a stunt game. Simmons goes to the weakness. Now watch right here. This is being a team player. Bam! Knocked Manny Lawson down.
Lawson with the block punt, early little shovel pass to Johnnie Mack. And Mack helped out Simmons with the block on the previous play. Picks up that first down and 10 yards.
Yeah, again, now I know they're down 28, but this team can score and score points in a hurry. But here's a little shovel pass. Johnnie Mack sitting inside, hiding behind the big hogs. He's a little guy. He can hide easily. Good job of Simmons. Left.
Garrett Hicks is a freshman from Houston, Texas. Sticks move, 1st and 10 from the 45 of NC State.
They're checking to the deep route now. They see man-to-man coverage. That's what I know.
Checking the run. That's Johnnie Mack. And little Johnnie Mack puts a shoulder down. Drives the defender back for another first down. 15 more yards for Texas Tech. He lost his hat. Got another hat on his head.
Yeah, there's 2 helmets down. One went all the way to one offensive lineman's helmet went all the way down to the 25-yard line. Now, a helmet doesn't come off of its head by itself and roll down the field. Somebody took that helmet from the Texas Tech offensive tackle and threw it down the field. E.J. Whitley got his helmet taken off, thrown down the field. There's one helmet coming off. Well, he jerked his helmet off too now. There was another one there that's rolling down the field. Helmets are everywhere. They haven't done it yet, but their hands will soon go on their hips. This is the guy they got to stop. He's been putting pressure on the quarterback all day. Big Mario Williams, 6'7", 254-pound freshman.
In the red zone again, 1st and 10 from the 16. Mack, who's doing all the work on this drive, gets it inside the 5. That's another first down. 1st and goal coming up.
Yeah, this offense is designed to spread the field. And what North Carolina State is, they're not getting any width in their drops. You've been saying it all day. They've had success moving the football. Golden opportunity.
And they start off from the 22, by far the best field position. Mack loses a couple as we send you back. A lot of people with their eyes on Gainesville. Some terrific football games. This one is getting closer after the kickoff return fumble. Mack, boy, he's doing all the work here in the second half. He doesn't get much. 3rd and long coming up. Sheldon Lewin with the stop. Sheldon from the Bronx coming down to play football in Raleigh.
Yeah, you know what? Sheldon did a great job right there. They brought Welker in. They faked the quick handoff, the one they scored the touchdown on. They also won. They ran 2 times earlier. Faked it to him and tried to bust Johnnie Mack up there through the middle. Sheldon held his ground and made a good tackle with an offensive lineman hanging on his face. Good all day. Missed opportunities, dropped footballs, fake field goals that don't work, penalties in the red zone. You can move the ball between the 20s all you want. It's when you get in the red zone do you make it count, and Tech has not been able to do that today.
10th penalty of the day. And that is a completion to Johnnie Mack, and he is streaking into the end zone for the touchdown.
There's a bust. It's a busted coverage. They had 3 wide receivers to the top in a bunch route. Everybody ran over that way. Johnnie Mack sneaks through. You'll see these 3 wide receivers, they're all going to go run their different routes. Here comes Johnnie Mack faking like he's going to block and just sneaks out. Somebody's got to play man-to-man. It looks like Golden was chasing him late, but he's not responsible for the guy in the backfield. Either a defensive end has to come off of his pass rush to pick him up, or a linebacker has to pick him up. I've never seen a corner from the opposite side of the field come over and take a running back. That's a busted coverage.
Tech on the board here in the 4th quarter. Remember, they scored 28 points last year against State in the 4th.
Somebody pick him up. Backyard ball. Get to the end zone, Johnnie Mack.
36-yard touchdown catch, the first career touchdown catch in Johnnie Mack's career. And Tech on the board here in the 4th quarter. Remember, they scored 28 points last year against State in the 4th.
Somebody pick him up. Backyard ball. Get to the end zone, Johnnie Mack.
B.J. Simmons getting some water on the sidelines after leading an 80-yard touchdown drive, culminating with a 36-yard pass. Johnnie Mack.
It's a good job. It's a constructed play. Nobody picked up Johnnie Mack off man-to-man defense. Why is it man-to-man? Because there's nobody back here in the zone coverage playing anything. Everybody's ran to the 3 receivers.
Now the fans give him even more of a raspberry. The fans that are left here, a lot of people have retreated to the parking lots to start celebrating. Johnnie Mack, the junior from Lakeland, Florida, he's played really well today for Texas Tech.
Johnnie Mack
Picks up the first down. That's 18 yards for Johnnie. Let's take a look at that schedule coming up, Chris. Terrapins, they do play Florida State, however, on the road the week before. Little shovel pass to Mack. Continues to play hard and pad his statistics.
Johnnie Mack's got a little shake with him, too, a little shimmy shake. Haven't seen one of those this year. That's the first shimmy shake I saw. That's an upper body shoulder shake.
Look how tiny he is compared to his line mates. Chuck Amato gonna go. He scolds himself a little bit. It is 4th down and 1. And now that we're inside mid, of course, Tech is going to go for it. They're 1 for 6 today on 4th down conversions.
That's amazing. A lot of teams don't have 6 in a whole year. They've gone for it 6 times just today.
And you go right back to the guy who's done it all day, and that is Mack, and they do pick up the first down around midfield. So Tech should hold on to the football for the rest of this game. And with that pass, too, B.J. Simmons has gone over 500 yards passing.
From Tyler, Texas, and Texas Tech back on the receiving end as they come in with the nation's best offense, 571 yards per contest. 2 yards deep in the end zone, out to the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 30, and a flag is thrown on the play as the Red Raiders bring it out. Great run back that time by Johnnie Mack. We'll see what the flag is. 34 yards on the return by Mack. Both these teams have...
He really wants to make the most of his career at Texas A&M, and he comes up with a huge play here in the second quarter.
The kickoff. Texas A&M can't gloat, not with this quick strike offense of Texas Tech. And hesitated for a moment, and quickly bringing it out. Johnnie Mack. Mack again at the 45. And Mack says, hey, I'll do my part here. Johnnie Mack, what a streak. 40-plus yards, 47 yards, I believe, on the return. Man, he's quick.
Johnnie Mack kind of hesitates in the end zone. A lot of times they're going to stop on that, but no, he takes it out. Kind of slows the coverage of Texas A&M and finds the outside. And watch the speed here down the sideline.
Out to the 49, so actually about 52 as he took it about 3 deep. And it's now...
I mean, he's got the confidence out there. We saw it in him. We're seeing it in him tonight that he runs his offense and there's no problems, and he's got excellent communication skills.
Got an update on the stats. There's a change. He's at 396 passing-wise right now, so we stand corrected on that. He hands this one off to Johnnie Mack, the redshirt freshman from Lakeland, Florida.
You thought there might have been a production drop-off between Cliff Kingsbury and B.J. Simmons coming in this season this year, but really hasn't been. It's really picked up, if anything. And this is a system where if you do blitz him, he has hot reads, and he's expected to go somewhere with the football, and he's executing it well tonight.
Now he's over 400 officially, 406 yards. 1st and 10 at the 39 for Simmons. Dumps it off again. And Mack, great speed, 20, 15, and Mack pushed out of bounds. Johnnie Mack stopped by Jonte Buell. Mack came in with 14 receptions for 95 yards and a touchdown. We saw him on kicks earlier.
You see him in the middle of the field on Tay Thompson trying to catch him. Number 44 just does not have enough speed. You see Mack getting around the corner and almost gets another touchdown pass here from B.J. Simmons.
Mack came in 9th in the nation in kick returns, 31.4 on kickoff returns, 1st in the Big 12, and he's showing us do more than take kicks back.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards.
Penalties, Tech. That is certainly something in a closer football game that can come back to haunt them.
Those are mostly unsportsmanlike unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
And those, the unsportsmanlike, are the ones that can be cleaned up immediately. And again, about the same play. This time he goes right back to Mack. And Mack is brought down by Johnny Jolly. And it's all right, you lost those yards. We'll give you a chance to get them back, Johnny.
Yeah, this is a slip screen out of the backfield of Mack. Just got a couple of blockers out in front of him, and Well, Mack does a good job of getting in there. Take a look at the offensive line's going to release out there, and Mack gets in right behind them and knocks some guys out of the way. And Mr. Mack does a nice job catching the football and running the ball.
Simmons 12:30 on Sunday morning, and with 10:03 to go after an Aggie score, here's Tech saying, well, that's the signal that they're not done. We shouldn't be done. Let's check out the Big 12 scoring action today, as actually Saturday's games.
Yes.
We take Mike Leach. Nothing but good things to say about him. He said, hey, he's another guy that bided his time, doing the work. Good player, very similar to Simmons. Mack on the carry. Kyocera beat a player of the game. Well, play of the game. Take your pick. You probably
below the 100-yard rushing mark, and now here's Bell by himself with 154. This is Johnnie Mack. Flags fly as he goes down at the 11.
Two different flags from.
Little shuffle pass, wide open. Johnnie Mack all the way out to the 35-yard line, so it's a first down with 5 seconds remaining in the period. A gain of 19.
Johnnie Mack fits that mold very well. Him and Torian Henderson, shorter guys. He's 5'7", Henderson 5'9". Ricky Williams, great back now playing in the NFL, who had to change under Spike Dykes. Ricky was a true running back, and then he changed his entire game, came back from a severe knee injury and became a receiver out of the backfield, and that's how they use these guys. Because of that knee, to get his arm ready for having to do more of the work because he can't plant on that left leg.
I mean, those are career numbers for some guys. I've just never seen him miss so many open guys. He's that special. Out to midfield they go. Johnnie Mack across midfield and into the Cowboy territory. Finally taken down by Darren Williams after a gain of 19.
You know, it's funny. I was
watching BJ, though, this year. Against zone, he'll throw it over the middle. Against man, he'll have the quick outs. And here goes Johnnie Mack again. They may have found the little secret here. With this much zone, Thomas Wright finally makes the tackle, but another gain of 14. And here come the Red Raiders. This fence.
But I like that, you know, Bill Clay has gone completely away from bringing pressure. And I like it because it's making Texas Tech be patient. All those deep drills Durant worked on all week, they don't need them now. Now all they need to do is read the zone. Where are they trying to attack us? That time they used the back on a flare. Let's come up and make the tackle. But
and Missouri will kick it off. Matheny. Mack at the 3. Stopped around the 17-yard line, and Texas Tech will operate there. Johnnie Mack on the return, and Missouri will now kick it off. Johnnie Mack will bring it out at the 10, splits one at the 20, and rolls, still pushing forward to the 24-yard line. Quincy Wade led the defensive charge of making the tackle
Against this football team, and we're going to do what we want to, passing the ball as well.
So Matheny with a kickoff. Johnnie Mack takes it at the 4, 10, 20, and then met by a host of Missouri tacklers making the stop on it. So Texas Tech.
He has been a strong character guy. As we are ready to go, Texas Tech Red Raiders won the toss. So Richmond McGee is going to kick it away. Vincent Meeks over to the far side. Johnnie Mack, the junior from Lakeland, Florida, over to the near side. And we are underway. What a night in Austin. McGee pumped up, I guess. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 20-yard line. Meeks is over to the far side. Johnnie Mack over to the near side. And Richmond McGee belts another directional kick right at the goal line. Johnnie Mack with no momentum at all. Belted to the 10-yard line. What a stick by the Horns coverage team. Time now gives the Red Raiders 1st and 10 in Texas territory. It's the first time they started with it in a plus situation. Henderson on the pitch finds a little lane and makes the most of it. He's got about 5 on 1st down, and actually Johnnie Mack, that's his first carry of the night. So he didn't see the secondary of the backfield at least. Simmons They thought it was going to be the middle screen, and almost the University Inn in Moscow, Idaho, which has probably got the best apple pie a la mode in the world. Now, short kick. Meeks will take it from the 3. Past the 10 to the 15. Look out. All the way to the 30. Good field position for Simmons. So now 35-21 Texas. They've extended it to 14. How big is this series for Simmons? Late recovery is running back Johnnie Mack. In on the catch, the junior from Lakeland, Florida.
Well, Joel
over to the near side, the wide side. Looks back to the short side. Pocket did a great job. His line did a great job. His first scramble to surpass the totals of Ty Detmer, former BYU Cougar, for a new NCAA single season passing mark. He came in needing 448. Now he needs 10 for a first down on the shovel pitch. Good move. Haven't seen that. Johnnie Mack sprinting close to the first down. I think he may be short by about a half a yard.
Again, that Texas Tech offensive line, huge splits. Look at the space between those offensive linemen, and that's just a massive hole just by alignment. The splits.
Mack again. There's the big split you were talking about. Barely pulled down from behind by Philip Keeger. As it's going to be more than enough for the first down, all the way to the 38. So they gambled. They lost. Failing on 4th down and 2 at their own 39-yard line. They're going to be talking about that one of Texas Tech.
Tim, he was the Norman Rockwell portrait of a linebacker, believe me.
Good call. He still looks fit.
Yeah.
So now it is going to be 2nd and 10 from the 38. Blitz off the edge. Can they get Simmons? Got rid of it in time, and he's got a wall on the outside. Mack goes inside the 25, all the way to the 20-yard line, and he's got a first down. Boy, the timing of the release on that play.
You're right, Joel. And he slides away from the blitz, and he feels it coming, and he buys himself time by sliding to his right. He gets popped, but then look at the real estate. My goodness. I mean, there's just nobody there to make a play, texting himself enough time to get the football to Johnnie Mack. Great play.
So now first down. This drive started back at the Tech 20-yard line. They've got it at the Longhorns 20, trailing by 14. Welker, the motion man as usual. Big split. Mack into the secondary. First and goal inside the 9. We talked about the splits, the gaps. And a little guy like Mack, he's only 5'7", 180. He can get lost.
I'll tell you, it's amazing to me that these guards and centers can hold up. You know, getting off a block. Sustain the block. Jarek Johnson can't get off the block. Mack's already gone. He's already gone. Can't get off the block fast enough.
It's just enough of a combination that teams don't see it.
Yeah,
so they're not used to it, not ready for it. Simmons, 3 setting up in the formation. It'll be Johnnie Mack. Man, Johnnie Mack goes into the backfield. Derek Johnson, All-America candidate at linebacker.
Boy, this is like a cobra uncoiling at you. Man, he just sprung at that tackle. Butkus.
1 timeout remaining.
I think Session got his hand up and knocked that football down. A nice little.
And the weather issues are successful. Your assistant coaches start getting head coaching jobs.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal.
No, it's not at all. Against the wind, this one is fielded at the 20-yard line by Johnnie Mack. To Carlo, the ball on the tee at the 35. Fielded at the 25 by Johnnie Mack. To the 39-yard line.
They're not going to punt.
As that end around looking Mack coming back very close to the first down, and we'll get that measured. Tommy Harris makes the play in that game on Friday. So there's some great storylines on Friday.
Yeah, transition year for Colorado, no doubt about that. Had to rebuild that offensive line.
There's that end around look, and kept this time, and Mack breaks free. Ridden down by number 20 and Antonio Perkins, I should say, number 28, came from behind and made the stop.
Well, one thing you don't really care about at running back is how tall a running back is. I mean, the NFL is filled with guys that are under 5'9", 5'8". Johnnie Mack, though, is 5'6". Mike Leach told us he's got spindly legs, but he can actually dead squat the whole rack. And this guy's strong. He pass blocks, as you can see. He's got good speed.
27 yards. Simmons coming up under center. Gary.
Little quick receivers all over the field, and you got a quarterback that can deliver the ball.
Johnnie Mack, lightning quick, the running back, and not Henderson, lined up behind B.J. Simmons. Here's Mack splits.
That was a big turnover last time.
Touchdown, Red Raiders.
What do you think about that, Gary? You never liked chasing.
Well, he's chasing. The guy's 3 miles.
With a nice 80-yard drive. Took a minute 40 and finished off by running back Johnnie Mack that time. The Red Raiders not quitting without a bit of a battle here in Loving. Why not? There's the 3 wides for the Red Raiders. And using Mack as the running back. Allen, the stop in the middle.
That's one of their staples. They run the ball inside by faking the sweep to a wide receiver all the time. Did it against Texas 10, 11 times. They've done it today 6, 8 times. Mike Leach is the guy who signals the plays into a wristband. So there's no way Oklahoma can steal the plays or know his signal.
Here's your 4th down. Mack is the running back. Need to reach the 29. You can see the yellow line. You can see for yourself. See what Tech decides to do. They're going to try to run Mack for it. They got it easy. He just bolted across. He's been a good-looking running back.
Sure has. Junior college transfer, redshirted a year ago. Came back this year and is getting some turns when Henderson needs a blow, or if kind of a change of pace, you put Mack in.
Final minute.
That's about the 3rd or 4th time they've gone for it on 4th down. Hasn't been too successful, but that time they picked it up.
So for the 4th quarter, Simmons and the Red Raiders will have this breeze at their back. Not that they've been able to do much with it so far in this game. Final 50 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
React to the ball, but now as it gets inside the 20, one time they've been able to stuff it in. The other times, this Oklahoma defense has kind of forced problems.
Now there's the brace on the left knee, and of course that has hindered.
Ending back, Danny Amendola, along with Johnnie Mack. There's Johnny, the running back, a senior from Lakeland, Florida, transferred from City College to San Francisco. So we may see him out of the tailback position before the day is done. So TCU will kick it off, and they're hitting it into a fairly stiff breeze. Although you look at the flags on the goalpost, then you look at the flags in the end zone, the Lone Star State flag, and they are opposites.
Yeah, it's like a swirling wind through here. It's crazy.
So right there it says it's at his back. We'll see if it is. For Lococo, the place kicker, sophomore from Fort Worth, walk-on from a couple of years ago. And it's going to be critical that Texas Tech gets something early, because TCU has been a very fast starter over their first 2 games this year.
Yeah, they've outscored the opposition 28-0 in the first quarter of games, and they're 22-7 under Gary Patterson when they score first in a game. 2-0 this year.
Well, the Wobbler is going to get a break.
That's one reason they're not scoring the points that they should be with all the yards they're generating.
2 to each side to start the series from the 11. And the inside handoff for Johnnie Mack, breaking tackles, breathing room with 9 on the first down run. Napa Auto Care centers Texas Tech. So move it back with a 14 on second, and a couple all of a sudden 2nd and 7 instead. Mack, not much available, only to the 17-yard line. Nicholson will give you looks after the kick.
I think it was more than inches shy. I mean, I think this one's unfortunate.
It also looked like his forward progress was stopped.
Oh yeah, I mean you could argue that point.
Now the field position has not been a problem for the Red Raiders. They've got it at their own 43. Last time they had it, it was at the TCU 49, and they gave the ball away. Coming with time, and there's a circle out of the backfield for Johnnie Mack. He gets about 8 to the 49.
One thing that
Sold out crowd as you saw. The Red Raiders home opener, 1st and goal from the 8, trying to make it a 7-point ball game. Cumbie on the shovel pitch. Mack up the middle, touchdown.
Never take a deep breath against this offense. Little shovel pass, and good job. Those splits are huge by the offensive line, spreading out TCU even though they're inside the 10-yard line.
Brand new game, 14 unanswered for the Red Raiders. All set up by the long return of
away from the point of attack. They do a good job cutting people off, giving Johnnie Mack a cutback lane. Johnnie Mack finished it. We got a 6. Line right.
Gets the blocks he needed. Will he take it the distance? No, he's blocked down from behind.
Oh, shoestring tackle. Lead.
So now first. Blander Malone, the safety. That is.
Yeah, really. You have the Horseshack and welcome back water.
Johnnie Mack, the deep single. He'll get it, and he'll take a shot. But decent first down yardage. You got 5, paid the price. He goes down to the 40-yard line.
Johnnie Mack's one of those guys when he gets in the huddle, and they don't huddle, but he gets covered up. It's hard to find him. Listen to this pop. That's what it's like to play running back in the national receivers, and most of them with multiple catches, which is good. He's gone back to him.
Johnnie Mack back. Look out. Touchdown. Texas Tech.
Name's Johnnie Mack, and I play running back at Texas Tech. And he looked good on that one. And again, he's one of those guys that doesn't have tremendous height. He hides behind that offensive line, and all of a sudden, poof, there he is. The magic.
Point after Greeley. I don't think I've ever seen 49 straight, but that's the case today after trailing 21-0. It's now 49 on the board for Texas Tech. Second touchdown of the day for Johnnie Mack.
I'm wearing my hair like that next week, Joel, in Kansas. I like that.
I wish I had the length.
I wish I had the hair to do it, too. I wonder how long it takes him or his hairdresser to do that.
Happy. 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Johnnie Mack bouncing out. Does he give it a corner? They bounced him out. He's out of bounds at about the 2.
Texas Tech once again, though, taking on the mentality and mindset of a running game right here. Inside the 5-yard line, get physical, run the football.
Well, after Tech won by 14.
Punt returner in them right there.
5 minutes to play, Dave, and they're trying to get into the end zone for the first time today.
Right.
Mack is in there now. Henderson in the backfield. Cumbie calling it at the line. It's Johnnie Mack. Huge hole up the middle. Touchdown, Texas Tech.
Cumbie saw something to take advantage of up the gut. Did they ever? The Red Sea parted there. Mack scores in the old touch football game. Did anybody lay a fingernail on him? And check it out. It's the old fold block. Center guard fold. And Mack is virtually untouched as he takes it to the end zone.
Interesting. They're only going for 1 here.
True. If they go for 2, they're too tough.
Play. Texas Tech. Will they go onside this early? We'll find out. Trails 28-13. Joel Myers, Dave Lapham, Jim Knox. 4:50 to play. And You like this pit play, don't you? You love it when they find a little seam and all of a sudden the center and the guard are involved. Johnnie Mack almost untouched into the end zone. First touchdown of the day, though. 8-yard run.
Nice little scheme. Let's take a look at it. Center blocks back, guard folds, gets a little kick out on Lance Mitchell. There it is. Johnnie Mack untouched basically till 3.
Bevo taking shots at Bevo along the way. Boy, oh boy. Glover make it Johnnie Mack instead. Inside the 45 to the 44 on 3rd and 10.
With all that tuition.
They're good. They weren't able to replace those guys, but they definitely have. They worked together in the offseason. They've lifted. They also kept that nickname, the Afros, America's finest receivers on Saturday. Nothing to do with black and white because Haverty is one of the leaders in that group.
Well, a little slip screen to Johnnie Mack. He's got some running room. Still on his feet as he gets inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. The senior out of Lakeland, Florida. All 5'7", 175 pounds of him. He takes it 25 yards.
Take a look at these lineman splits. These things are huge. The gaps that they've got. Do you know why they have the gaps that big? Because they want to increase their throwing and running lanes. It spreads out the defense, makes it tough to rush off of the edge. And look at how well it worked here. They had Nebraska so spread out, there was a gap for Johnnie Mack to get into. And with number 14 back into the picture in the coverage, he got there and was able to break up the pass.
Well, Cumbie now 13 to 16, 123 yards to roll the football. 2nd and 10 from the Nebraska 43. 3-man rush. Cumbie with time, has a man wide open. It's Mack again. Inside the 20-yard line, down to the 15. He got wide open. But I think the key is Cumbie's got all day back there.
You called it off the top, partner. 3-man rush. Kevin Cosgrove, the defense coordinator for Nebraska, has got to figure out a way to get some pressure because the 3-man rush doesn't do it. And what ended up happening was Cumbie went through every progression and realized that Johnnie Mack, number 4, was isolated against a defensive back, a safety. Josh Bullock's number 20, and that's a matchup that they like just about every time. Josh Bullock's a good cover guy. Didn't even really sniff the end zone. The field goal barely got over. So Tech walks to the bench saying, okay, you got 3, but we really shut you down after the change.
Yeah, the lead down to 21-10. Again, Texas Tech thought they should have had the ball here in the second half. The short kick down at the 4-yard line. Johnnie Mack looking for some room, gets a break, trips over the 25-yard line. That touchdown by Nebraska.
Right, but it'd be more difficult against this style.
Cumbie again with plenty of time, dumps it off to Mack. Cuts away, inside the 35, inside the 30, and the little 5'7" dynamo bowling ball gets down to the 27-yard line.
Take a look here. That's Johnnie Mack, all right? What he becomes is the outlet guy after Sonny Cumbie goes through all of his progression. See, he checks the block. No need to block. He just moves out. Cumbie looked downfield, downfield, downfield. Nothing there. He goes to his outlet guy who checked out of the backfield once he realized he had no blitz pickup responsibility.
For the year, Mack now in double figures. 3rd down and 1. Mack spinning away, gets down to the 25 to the 24-yard line. Barrett Ruud, his 5th tackle. 3 away now from Jerry Murtaugh's record. Rivals.com is a quarterback all set. 2nd down and 9. The splits are now wide. Cumbie throws it out of the flat. Again to Mack. Little stutter stopping. Gets inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line. Shane Siegel's the one who laid the wood to him. Of course, Shane Siegel's dad, Bob, a hoops legend from Nebraska.
How about this move by Johnnie Mack? Look at the agility on this play. Boom, 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 boom. And it cuts back inside on Kellen Houston, who really did a good job because he appeared to be fooled, but was able to fold back inside after the move and help on. He didn't make the right decisions. That's not the case tonight.
Oh, he jumps it off again. Touchdown, Mack. Johnnie Mack's 3rd touchdown reception of the year, 1st of the night. It came from 7 yards out, and Nebraska, who had only given up 3 touchdowns all year, have now given up their 4th tonight. It was not only the run by Mack, but the blocking, Charles.
Look at those guys getting out in front. The big fellas love to get out in space and clear it for Johnnie Mack, number 4. And Texas Tech's just having a ball right now, up 28-10 in the 3rd quarter in Lubbock. Look at the touchdown, Ron, because these are the guys that you need to look at first. Right in there, the interior. Because what happens is, when they come, everybody comes this way for their blocks. Watch. Here they come, moving out, moving out, moving out. Out front, number 77, Dylan Gandy. Number 63, Manny Ramirez. They clear the way. Easy path for Johnnie Mack to get in.
Manny north and the south after this. Then down to the 32-yard line. One of those last drives, the man was Johnnie Mack.
Yes, the song says, Jimmy Mack, when are you coming back? This is Johnnie Mack, and he's going away. How about that on the pass reception? Then the great move inside to gain additional yardage. And then the screen with a little help from big 63, Manny Ramirez. And Johnnie Mack takes it into the end zone.
Okay.
He's so little he can hide behind Coach McVay over there.
All right, thanks, CJ. And, of course, following our game, you'll have all the highlights and scores from around the country. And you see the offensive linemen were pointing to make sure they got everybody blocked. Nebraska with 3 on the line. They bring up a 4th. Cumbie will change the play and go over center. Mack bounces to the outside. He needs one block. Gets it. Touchdown. Great call, Sonny Cumbie. Changed the play, Charles, and it worked.
Watch this. Watch Sonny Cumbie now. He changed the play, but watch the ball handling off of an audible. Fakes the pass, hands it on an inside handoff to Johnnie Mack. Again, great blocking up front. That allowed him to get to the corner. That was number 64, Cody Campbell. Johnnie Mack's quickness gets him into the end zone. And Texas Tech obviously in control of this ball game.
How about the block by Hicks, kicking him out on the outside, too? They got blocking from everybody on that play. But you got to give a lot of kudos to Sonny Cumbie for changing that play, and for that man, Johnnie Mack, with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And there's the masked rider.
Watch this block. Have you
that
saw
was Hicks, number 88, to the top left of your screen, riding out of defender. And Johnnie Mack is having himself a great night this evening. It's not just Torian Henderson in the backfield. They actually have a good 1-2 punch with these guys. And smiles all the way around because they're sensing for getting that monkey off their back. Nebraska 7-0 in the
Bruins and the Bears.
It's going to be fun. Murray threw, what, 322 yards at Washington in Seattle when they beat the Huskies.
He can scamper. 2nd down and 6. Mack lost the football, got it back. Now he's got some space. Still has some space, and now he has a touchdown. Johnnie Mack's 3rd touchdown of the night.
When it's your night, it is truly your night. Watch this. Now, we're TBS, but our sister station, TNT, covers basketball. How about Johnnie Mack double dribbling right there and then getting to the corner? And look at that great block on the corner by number 20, Danny Amendola. Walling off the corner on the inside, and Cody Hodges, number 10, was also out in front of the quarterback.
Texas Tech leading 63-10, 9:05 left to play in the 4th quarter. Johnnie Mack, 3 touchdowns tonight. Texas. Now it's time for the Dodge postgame show with Ernie Johnson.
Nebraska, so they would win the Big 12 North.
First things first, and Texas Tech, and Joe Ream boots it off, and it is brought out to the 15 and stopped near the 17-yard line. A 17-yard return for Johnnie Mack for Texas Tech, the senior out of Lakeland, Florida. 7th reception of the season. 1st and 10 at the 37. Handoff to Mack to the 41-yard line. Johnnie Mack, he's tackled by Berry on the play. Mack coming in with 93 yards rushing on the season, 4 touchdowns on the ground. He's also scored 3 on the receiving end.
Well, this is a big offensive line. They're 300 plus all the way across the board. Conventional offense, Sonny Cumbie can do that here with this big offensive line.
Yeah, their tackles on each side both have had all-conference mention in the last year, so that's certainly a strength of this club. Mack tries to run between them here, gets to the 45-yard line. Another 3rd and short coming up for Texas Tech. Archer makes the tackle.
Bill, this is something that Mike Leach is doing a little bit different this year. This last play, a little more of a conventional offense. See, you got those short, narrower splits there. Normally they're 4 or 5 feet. Got the big offensive line, just a zone play here where the tailback has a chance to read the lineman and the blocking. Going back to some of the basics of football.
See K-State at 1-3. They will meet Missouri next week. They trail here 7-0. 3rd and 2 for Tech. And they've got the first down and more as Mack sprints to the 42-yard line of the Kansas State Wildcats. Mack makes the tackle on the other side as well. Our South standings brought to you by the U.S. Army. Oklahoma, what a thriller over Oklahoma State in their Bedlam battle today. And Texas A&M at 4-0 taking on Baylor tonight. And you take a look.
The Red Raiders trying to get to 6 wins on the year. Chance to get to a bowl game, and I know that's first and foremost on their mind.
Mack the lone back with Cumbie in the backfield. He gives it to Mack. Trying to make something happen. Slides to the outside and pushes down. He may have been out of bounds before he got to the 10. Let's see where they mark it.
Well, Sonny Cumbie read the defense very well and trying to go down to his outlet pass here. Mack on the outside. Watch Cody Fuller, number 24, come back and help him. Watch his block at the end of the play here. Gets another couple of yards. Good job there knocking Archer out of the way. A safety. That's something that you can hang your hat on.
28-19. With 2:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Mack stays on after the return and takes it out to the 27-yard line. Brought down by Tierras George. First down line is brought to you by Overstock. 8th reception. It's the 4th game this year he's had 8 receptions. But we got 2:20 to go in the 3rd quarter here. More importantly for the Red Raiders, it's at the 37 and it's a 1st and 10. Mack follows one of those big fellows up front, takes it to the 43-yard line. And Sims is there for the Wildcats.
One of the keys I talked about at the beginning of the ball game is get some balance offensively, run it some, throw it some, and here you got Mack coming inside on the run game, and they've done this all night. They've gotten 4 or 5 yards a carry inside out.
Henderson 7 carries, 21 yards. Mack 6 carries for 40 yards. And it's now a 2nd down and 4 at the Texas Tech 43-yard line. Cumbie drops it outside. Mack sprints to the 50 and down to the 45-yard line of Kansas State. And the Texas Tech offense, a little lecturing from the head coach, and they've responded. An 8-yard pickup there. And once again, another first down into Kansas State territory.
And you can just feel.
Well, twin return men awaiting Johnnie Mack and Danny Amendola. Hit coming to the near side. Mack at the 10-yard line, ready to go to work. Across the 20. And they got a flag down here as he got to about the 27, 28-yard line. Yeah, can't help but wonder how important it is to get a little rhythm going in a situation like this. It's a cold, raw day. The wind is not extreme, but it's definitely chilly down there on the playing field. Wind swirling around. Cumbie this time going to Mack. Johnnie Mack banging his way for 2 or 3 tough yards up close to the 33, 34-yard line.
You know, we talked to Torbush, defensive coordinator at A&M, said he was going to use 6 and 7 defensive back.
The kickoff now. Tech trailing by 5. Mack from the 4. He's across the 20. Oh, he's got some room to work. Tripped up at the 33-yard line. Well, nice return of 30 yards. Pretty good field position. Battle of the bands. We've got both of them on the other side of the field from our vantage point here, high atop. And looking down on the action. Straight ahead, Johnnie Mack trying to pounce off that right side a bit. Gets a couple of yards. Puts it out at the 35-yard line. Last night here, 30,000 fans assemble at the stadium for yell practice. They just got to make sure that they got their lungs in shape and ready for today.
I'll tell you, they've been ready all day. They stand up the whole time. It's awesome.
Well, it's still not over. It may be the last team with the ball. Who knows? Lane Newman's kick. Johnnie Mack brings it across the 15. And out close to the 30-yard line where Sonny Cumbie and the Texas Tech Red Raiders will go to work one more time. But now Texas Tech, because the defenses have been tested and we expected a high-scoring game. It has not been that. It's been entertaining, however. Cumbie shovels it inside. Mack on the move. Gets to the 45-yard line. Texas Tech Red Raiders, you saw Cumbie refer to the wristband and checking on a play. Now a motion man, a fake. It goes to Mack again. He's got an alley. He swings outside. He's at the 45. He's to the 40-yard line and bumped out of bounds. Want to remind you again, coming up next Saturday, one of the greatest rivalries between them. It hasn't been that high scoring, but it's entertaining. It's 25-18. A&M leading Tech, but Tech is in A&M territory at the 29-yard line. Terry Jones along with Vince Welch and Dan Reeves, and we're happy to have you along for the ride. This could be a wild ride in the remaining minutes of this one. Now inside 4 minutes to go. Johnnie Mack tries that right side again, and again he busts his way close to a first down to the 19-yard line. John Saunders,
the quarterback, he gets the ball the most, and Torian Henderson is a weapon, big time.
Yeah, he does a lot of things well for this team. 2nd and 10, Johnnie Mack pounded as he hits the 47. And he's in exclusive company when we talk about Torian Henderson.
There, and boy, for Hicks to make that catch, bothered like he was big as well.
38 yards. Longest play of the game for Texas Tech so far today as they trail by 2. Cumbie flicks it out from Mack. And Mack taken care of in the open field once again. Vernon Grant's over there, the strong safety. Jim Knox, what's the latest downstairs?
Leg right there, boy.
It'll be
spat action.
2nd and 9 now. Ball to the 42. Fake the slip screen. Johnnie Mack finding a little crease and making the most of it. He's got a first down. Boy, you talk about running with good vision. That wasn't automatic, Dave. He's got it to the 29 as he's forced out by the weak side safety, Jamie Thompson.
5'7", 175 pounds. The big splits, and he hides behind those linemen. Then, boop, there he is. Unbelievable. Hard to separate from the block and keep your eyes up to find him. And he's one of those backs we see so often. You know, he just hides behind the monsters up front.
Jim Knox.
January still at left tackle. Loper's trying to work that ankle injury out, but it's tough.
Just about the entire field now is going to be shaded, so they lose the sunlight. Johnnie Mack weaving his way. Good first down run. He's got 8. Jim Knox, I know you like it down there.
All right, Joe, Tech fans, enjoying that 5-point.
Mike it. 2nd and a couple outside of the 46. Holiday weekend continues. Johnnie Mack, the running back, spinning for a first down. We need Martha and the Vandellas in the background here. It's down to the 42 for a first down. Tripped up by Grant Jones. Boy, he's got some blocks.
I'll tell you, Johnnie Mack slicing the defense up right now like a Mack attack. I'll tell you, he's doing a heck of a job. In Texas Tech running the ball. You know, they get the lead, and they're running the football.
Though they have had that with Torian Henderson and Johnnie Mack.
No question. I mean, they can run it when they have to.
They don't like to, though.
No.
We know that.
No.
That's against Mike Leach. 1st and 10. Cumbie. The outlet is Johnnie Mack. Isolated. And a good open field play. Outstanding effort. Paget McGee out on an island, a junior from Tyler, Texas.
Sweep in the Texas Tech offense. You know, you're just pitching the ball out there. Like a long lateral, get him out in space, and try to make you miss. That's pretty good defensive effort right there to take him down in the open field like that.
That is
McDowell lost track of where he was in the field, fielded it at the 5, and put himself in bad field position.
It's at the 11. Should be the final snap of the 3rd. Johnny Mack hits it, cracks it for good yardage on first down, almost 7, and that is going to be the final play of the third. What a way to finish up the Big 12 regular season championship game. We know now it's going to be Oklahoma, Colorado at Arrowhead, December 4th next weekend. They pitch it to Johnny Mack. He needs about 4 for a first down, and boy, he plows away. He just shot it hard and hit it as Thomas Wright makes the stop. But a first down for Texas Tech, trailing by a point to start the fourth. And we head back to our West Coast studios. Mike Goldberg, Dr. Pepper Game.
Really playing that game, that was the big question. Did Gino quarterback? I'm just curious on that one. 7
out of the gun. A little dump off. John Mack. There he goes again. Good yardage. He gets about 8 on first down. The Big 12 South bowling at the end of the year. And the Big 12 South now second, a little more than 2, almost 3. Johnny Mack bulk of the work now, and got enough from Haverty on the outside to spring him for an extra 5 or 6. That was a nice play, but the slot man Trey Haverty.
Yeah, and Fulani got a nice block as well. Nice job on the edge by the wide receivers, blocking up and finishing blocks. Let's take a look at it. You'll see Haverty right here. Nice block by Haverty. And then as Mack works his way down the field right here, another great block. I mean, the wideout's doing a good job. Haverty, Fulani. That's a big game because those.
An interesting formation for this group. 8 back and a tight end to the right side and a single to each side. So they run it with Johnny Mack. And Johnny Mack almost got out of that collar. That tackle up high. As we check downstairs, short game. It's already been a successful year for these two teams.
Absolutely.
They've got coaches. As Mike's in his 5th year, Mike Leach attacking. Les Miles in his 4th year. They are in real good shape with these 2 head coaches on the sideline. Johnny Mack. And Johnny's out of bounds inside the 10. The little guy, he just gets lost behind the bigs.
Yes, he does. And in that explosion, when you have Torian Henderson and Mack in the backfield at the same time, it's very, very rarely a run. Usually it's a pass. And then a perfect bounce once again for Oklahoma State.
Let's head back to our West Coast studios in Los Angeles.
Now behind Cumbie, the lone back. They do have the fullback Clay McGuire on the field, lined up to the right. And it's Mack, and he is stuffed. Brandon Mebane certainly knew that was coming. He came across the line of scrimmage like he was shot out of a cannon, and Mack had no chance. It's 4th down and still no sign of the punting team.
And you know what? That's why I wasn't even talking to you about a run here. I assumed they were going to throw the ball. I don't think Texas Tech.
Johnny Mack and Danny Amendola back for the kickoff. The average per rush tonight for Cal is 8.2. Kickoff down to the goal line to Johnny Mack, and he gets walloped at the 15-yard line. Terrell Williams back in his native San Diego. Wow, what a blow he delivered to Mack.
If there's any question about Cal now waking up and having a little excitement and enthusiasm.
Resorts in the world. Looks like a nice place.
Very nice.
A little too fancy for us. Sonny Cumbie dumps it off. It's Johnny Mack. Inside the 10, down at the 8-yard line. Ryan Gutierrez made the tackle to save the touchdown. A 14-yard play on the screen.
Manuel Ramirez, the right guard, 63, did a heck of a job. One of the strongest guys on the football team that time was is the guy who allowed the run to happen. This Tech offensive line's done a pretty darn good job of recognizing Cal. Cal's tried to confuse them a few times, standing up, moving around.
4 wide receivers, 1st and goal from the 8. They got down here in their last possession. It bogged down. They had to kick a field goal. They'll try to sneak in the run, and Mack did a good job to bounce off the pile and get 3. Wendell Hunter made the tackle. The interception by Meeks set this.
Secondary, find them. They've got a white jersey on, and let's go find them.
Second half is underway. Johnnie Mack banged down as he crossed the 14-yard line. A 14-yard return. Excellent coverage on special teams by the San Diegan Terrell Williams. Here's how they're caught. They were 8-5 last year. 9-5 2 years ago. Also never won 3 bowl games in a row. That would be the case if they win tonight. They beat Clemson in the Tangerine Bowl 2 years ago. And they beat Navy in the bowl game in Houston last year. Johnnie Mack brings back the Cal kickoff. 19 yards. Throw it over your head. 2nd and 5. Johnnie Mack, a senior from Lakeland, Florida, collared, but not before he got the first down. And there is a flag down. Might have been face mask. They tackled him up around the head. Ryan Gutierrez, the safety, made the tackle after a gain of 8.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense, number 9.
It's a 15-yard
automatic first down.
variety against Gutierrez. Meningo perhaps also in on the play.
Johnnie Mack gives Tech a different look. And the defense at Cal has been seeing balls thrown through the air, it's over the air, and all of a sudden here comes another guy darting in there. They're small, they hide behind those big hogs up front and have a lot of power in that low center of gravity.
And Mack is a little guy. They list him at 5'7", 175, but Coach Leach talked about how powerful and explosive he is. He was here at Cal back in 01 when they went 1-10. He was a redshirt freshman. Mack around the corner. Mack down to the goal line. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown run for the senior from Lakeland, Florida, where he played on a state championship team in high school back in 1999. And the Red Raiders are pulling away from the number 4 team in the nation.
Wide receivers catch it, and they also block.
Alex Trelica adds the extra point. Largest lead of the night for either team. A 21-point edge for Texas Tech after an 8-play, 69-yard drive that took just a minute and a half. 38 points on the board for Texas Tech, surpassing their season average of 35 per game, which placed them 11th in the country. Big surprise here at the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl. The Red Raiders with a 21 side of the ball.
Well, but again, we watched Cal against Southern Miss at the end of the season. They didn't blow out a team that we've seen this year. And I know Southern Miss is not bad, but a play like this right here, look at the speed of Mack getting to the end zone. They're just, maybe there's more speed on this field for Texas.
All sideline as David Loney kicks off. And a good boot down to the 1-yard line. Johnnie Mack. Nice return of 29 yards out to the 30. And it's time to take a look once again at the Pacific Life game track. It was a 10-point lead at the half, and then Joel Falati with a 60-yard reception helped Texas Tech pad the lead. A historic night for J.J. Arrington. He goes over 2,000 yards rushing this season. And Johnnie Mack, an 11-yard touchdown run, the most recent score for the Ricumbi. Sets up the screen to Mack. Trying to set up the blocks, but he got tangled up with Dylan Gandy and tripped down after a very short gain out to the 3rd. Worked 2 jobs so he could go to private high school in Oakland at St. Mary's and get a great education to allow him to go to one of the premier public universities in America. Matter of fact, the University of California rated #1 among public universities in this country by U.S. News and World Report. And Lorenzo receiving per game this year, 7th in the nation. Mack, a little guy running hard inside to the 26-yard line. Donnie McCleskey made his 5th tackle for California.
Guy that will just pop off the screen at you and say he's a superstar. You taking your ear muffin off so you don't hear me anymore?
No, I was putting it on so I could hear you. I was following the instructions of our leader, Jim Zaroli, who also was a big standout at the luncheon yesterday. He got introduced, and 2,000 people gave him a rousing ovation.
It was rousing because you played a joke on him. And
well, you know, the crowd was upset because they